Yo, hello, closely, shalom, assalamu alaikum, wagwan, my G, como esta? Listen, you know there's a rather famous phrase that gets bandied about all the time. Protect the children. How many people who actively, vocally use that expression in daily political life actually give a flying about the children? Here's a couple of examples of what I am talking about. Because I am of the impression, you're welcome to disagree with me if you like, but I am of the impression that people who say protect the children only care about demonizing sections of the community they do not like, but not the children. Now, you may or may not know, we had the Olympics the other day. Mad thing. I know, like, they kept that quiet. There was a scene that caused uproar because apparently one of the perpetrators was one of those people that you use the phrase protect the children against, namely a drag queen. Apparently a drag queen, even though the organisers have claimed it wasn't actually a depiction of the Last Supper. People feel like it was a representation of the Last Supper. Therefore, they have got offended. The people that use the phrase snowflake got offended by this apparent depiction of the Last Supper involving a drag queen at the opening ceremony of the 2024 Olympics. Problem is, not one of those same voices showed any despair at the actual fact that a convicted pedophile was also in the stadium at that very moment, representing their country. Protect the children, they say. It gets even worse when you come to the realization that different sports and different nations had different age participants. For example, we all heard about the old school gangster with the glasses and the hand in pocket taking silver in the shooting. We heard about him. But on the other end of the spectrum, there was 14-year-old girls representing China. They were forced to stay on the same complex as a convicted international pedophile. I say international because he's from one country and he travelled to a whole other country to commit his crime, got convicted and served time in that country. He got given 4 years, only served about 12 months, bro. Come out, I'll give you a doorstep challenge. Find me one instance, anywhere on Google where that motherfucker shows any remorse for his actions. But I'll tell you what you will find. Videos of him crying because he got eliminated from the Olympics that he shouldn't have fucking been at in the first place. What extra security were given to the young Chinese girls walking about the Olympic Village that already had a terrible reputation for not looking after its athletes, with food and accommodation and all that? They have any extra security to protect the young athletes from this convicted pedophile? But yeah, let's get upset at the drag queen, because we all know there's a long history of drag queens attacking children. Another example of when protect the children is used, but insincerely, this is the case of Michael Jackson. Not one person actually cared about any of the children involved in the case. Which brings us on to our sponsor, me. I've released a new book available on Amazon. It's called Michael Jackson Innocent, where we talk about the documentary, the accusations, and the children. We talk about abuse. We talk about the exploitation. We talk about bad parenting. We talk about the victims. And the children were victims, but not of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson Innocent, available on Amazon. Let's get back to the video. Another example. This woman, I didn't know who she was. I literally just the second had to Google her. Kelly Clarkson. Now, apparently, I did not read this article because already the language in the headlines. I hate Americans for using that word spank, trying to minimize what you are doing. You are violently attacking your child. It's not spanking. Spanking is what you do to the MILF next door. Spanking is what you do on a porn shoot. You are hitting your child. Yes, we all grew up with a bit of a beating. Like, that's what I appreciate my generation and my era, because we called it beats, bro, because it is beats. It's still separate from being beaten up, but you're getting beats, bro. None of this spank. But anyway, this Kelly Clarkson suggests she admits every now and again she has no problem with spanking her child. And the comments were mind-blowing. I'm so confused as to why. Why did so many people with profile pictures on display with their own children say, yeah, cool, yeah. In 2024, in our advanced civilization, what need is there to violently hit your child? Like this gentleman, the sensitive language. A pop in the bottom never hurt anyone. You're literally hitting them to hurt them. None of that sentence made sense. But cool, because he said pop. This dude. Good job she's not in UK. Bro, you're laughing at the fact that someone would get arrested for beating their kids, and you think it's funny that they would get... We're in 2024. Now, to give the benefit of the doubt, I assume because this person said beat, they're actually being sarcastic, even though the comment doesn't necessarily look sarcastic. But you can't even beat your kids these days. Sounds a bit sarcastic. Careful, the wokies are listening. Do as you please. A little tap will learn them. It's not even funny. As long as you don't beat them, there's levels to this here discipline. Bro, do you know how sinister that sounds? There's levels. Are you marking people on how well they beat their children? And even try to drop in the tap. A tap dance. Happened to me as a kid. I respect my elders. I have respect. Bro, you're vocalizing that you think it's okay to beat children. What do you mean you have respect? Especially when you see what his response to me was. And again, I feel like I have to keep stressing. We're in 2024. We ain't out in the street potentially getting run over by lorries all the time. Like, we've moved forward. But some people haven't. A typical old person trope, thinking today's youngers are worse than previous generations, which actually doesn't make sense in today's world, because most kids are online. They're not even out in the real world. Like, we was getting into fights all the time. We was stealing shit just because we was bored, bro. We gave our parents, in theory, a lot more reasons to apply a belt or a fist. But again, we are now in 2024. Those things should not be irrelevant, especially when we know that most people can't distinguish the difference between anything. Most people who beat their kids, it's out of vengeance, it's out of spite, it's just plain abuse. They're taking their own frustrations out on the children. It's very rare that you can justify beating a child and you can say, yeah, it's definitely for the child. So anyway, Martin Smith, if that is your real name, is, I assume, a dad. So my natural response to that comment was, okay, I need to say something to you. I have to be petty right now. Forgive me, I didn't actually screenshot. I've just realised I didn't screenshot my first comment, my first interaction with guy. But it was something silly like, "Rah, you're really out online promoting that you beat your kids, bro, and you got kids in your dad. Like, feel sorry for your kids. Do you know what I mean? Like something petty, something." But I don't get how you, when you're talking about children being hit, you're talking about the people who are concerned about them being hit are wokies. Like, that's a slur. What? You don't like people hitting children? Oh, you're so woke. Where have we got to? Where have we got to as a society? But anyway, he comes back with this doozy. Yeah, I love it. Go out of my way to do it most times. Mainly after working at the weekends, though. Get real, mate. I'm almost certain that is how he sounds. And I know he sounds like that because the next line is, "Get real, there's a difference, mate." You don't just beat children. You're mixing it up completely, like you're touching yourself over a reaction. Bro, do you know what we're talking about right now? Like, you're defending yourself. Literally, you're justifying your actions in a sarcastic way that you beat your children. And, huh? Huh? Okay. I'd sell you not get any replies after this, or I'm working on a Saturday morning. So, in a nutshell, under a post, he's broadcasted, "Yeah, I think it's fine to beat my kids." Someone said, "Beat your kids." And he's like, "Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore." What? How can you broadcast that you like beating kids and then say, "But I'm not going to justify it"? But yeah, all the abuse trans and gay people have to give to justify existing, but you're not going to justify abusing your children. Okay, my G. Okay, my G. So what can you say when a man's already cowardly, even though they put themselves in a conversation? They cowardly stepped immediately away, just bah. So I said, "Cool, thanks for the admission. Like, I'll make a video. I'll make a video about this." He did eventually respond because he had to. Took him an hour or so, and it was priceless. It was priceless. In between that, he did get one other response. And despite my pettiness, I actually think it was this response that maybe got through to him a little bit. Because this sensible person said it's actually illegal in the UK. I think it's illegal in some of the UK. I actually do think there is still parts of the UK, maybe England, I don't know. I know Scotland's the strictest on it though. And Ireland, maybe. But they said it is illegal. So I couldn't go bragging about it. Obviously, they did not respond to them. Despite it being a pathetic clap, he come back with, "I don't watch YouTube, I'm not 12. The geezer is just not grasping it. So obviously I responded to that immediately. Even though I had to wait an hour and something to get that comment, I responded immediately because I couldn't fathom a brain that thinks like that. So I said, "Oh, you're implying that it's childish to watch YouTube, but an adult hitting a child is absolutely fine." He never got to read the comment because as soon as he posted this comment, he clearly deleted it. It could have been restricted, even though he didn't say anything that would restrict it. So he clearly deleted it, and now the whole conversation's gone. So, what happened to protect the children? And what do you think? First of all, what do you think about the language used when describing hitting children? As the expression goes, should we just call a spade a spade? Why all these cute little, I spank them, a little pop on the back? No, bro. You're being physically violent. Call it what it is. So, A, what do you think about the language that's used to describe violence? And B, in 2024, in our civilized societies, is there a justification to physically assault a child? Answers in the comments, please, bro. Even if you disagree, I want to hear from parents, especially those in America, because I believe Megan Kelly or Kelly Clarkson, but I believe she's American, and I do believe it is legal over there because they're our nephews and nieces. They're not America is not equal with England. They're like our little they're like our little teenage son that like thinks they know better than us, and they go extra hard all the time just to show that they're hard. Chill, bro. Till the next time.